First of all, it's a beautiful evening here at the Press Club of India. Thanks to Madam Sangeeta and all her colleagues for making this happen at the National Capital, Delhi. Brother Teja, the chairman of TAFMA, our partners from Casio, our Japanese friend, then the Honorable Advisor to the Chief Minister of Nagaland, who is also the chairman for Investment Development of Nagaland, Shri Abu Mehta ji. My elder brother and a great friend is the head of the advisor to the Chief Minister for Education, School Education. All the dignitaries, senior journalists, and also ladies and gentlemen, officers from the government of Nagaland, and my dear friends. Good evening to all of you from Nagaland Tourism. If I say everything now, you will not come to the event in the month of October. So I'll be very brief. The ticket to the Hornbill is a collaboration of coming out of Nagaland to the most beautiful and strong capital of India, to Delhi. A showcasing of its strength of music and also culture and traditions of the people of Nagaland to the rest of the country. अगर हम लोग हिंदी में बोले तो अपने परंपरा, संस्कृति, सब चीज़ों को लेके हम दिल्ली आ रहे हैं। बहुत बार हम लोगों को कहते हैं आप नागालैंड आइए। इस बार हम ये कहना चाहते हैं कि नागालैंड दिल्ली में होगा। आप लोग जरूर इन तारीखों को मन में लिख लीजिए और अपना डायरी में लिख लीजिए। एक भव्य कार्यक्रम होगा। हम लोग शुरुआत कर रहे हैं पूर्वोत्तर की तरफ से, नागालैंड से। आने वाला समय नागा समाज की सोच विचार और विचारधारा को समझने के लिए हमारे संस्कार, हमारे परंपरा और हमारी जो चाहत है वो सब आपको इन 2 दिनों में भव्य कार्यक्रम के द्वारा अक्टूबर के महीने में आप दिल्ली में देखेंगे। इसलिए हमारी तरफ से और नागालैंड सरकार की तरफ से, हम सब नागा लोगों की तरफ से आप लोग सबों को निमंत्रण दे रहा हूँ। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Teja Meru, Chair of the Task Force for Music and Arts, Government of Nagaland. Everybody present here, Most Honorable Minister for Tourism, Mr. Temjen Imna Along, the General Manager of Casio, who is present here with us today, Madam Sangeeta Barua, President of the Press Club of India, Honorable Minister for Education, Nagaland, Mr. Kekre Yome, all members of the press community, senior officers from the government, ladies and gentlemen. At the very outset, I bring greetings to each and every one of you from the Chief Minister of Nagaland, Dr. Niphiu Rio. Just before coming to the Press Club of India, I spoke with the Chief Minister and he asked me to convey his best wishes and his greetings to every one of you and to extend his sincere appreciation to the members of the Press Club of India for partnering with us. I myself am from the press community as founding editor of Eastern Mirror, a premier newspaper in Northeast India. I am very happy and excited to be in the midst of the press fraternity and seeing so many old friends and old faces here at the Press Club. I particularly want to take this opportunity to thank the press fraternity of the country and of Delhi for giving mandate and support to such a charismatic personality like Madam Sangeeta Barua, your president, for electing a woman to the position of a president, somebody from the Northeast, and the charismatic leadership that she brings to the club. I want to thank you, and I also want to congratulate Madam for the wonderful work that she is doing. Only recently, she was in Nagaland participating in the Jubilee celebrations of the Kohima Press Club, where we had intensive deliberations and discussions. Also with the Chief Minister, she had a sitting. And I look forward to collaborating with the Delhi Press Club, with the Press Club of India, so that we can jointly work on several programs and workshops and seminars. I would like to bring a delegation of persons and journalists from Nagaland to interact with you, to meet with you, to learn from you, share knowledge. And we would love to welcome a delegation of the Press Club of India to Nagaland, especially to the Hornbill Festival. I request Madam Sangeeta to lead a delegation and come and join the Hornbill Festival. to better understand the far corners of the country. It is one thing to sit here and comment. It is another to reach out to the far corners of the country and see how the rest of the country is contributing towards India's nation building process. Taking this opportunity, I want to talk about the Hornbill Festival a bit. The Hornbill Festival of Nagaland is not just a Nagaland-centric festival. It is one of India's premier festivals under the slogan of Incredible India. After the Ran Utsav, it is the biggest festival. It is celebrated and commemorated over 10 days every year. 1st of December to the 10th of December every year. 1st December also commemorates Nagaland's Statehood Day, when Nagaland got recognized as a full-fledged of the Indian Union in 1963. We are the 16th state of India. And let me tell you, friends, that the journey of Nagaland is colorful and contributory. Though small and though far away, just about 16,000 square kilometers and a population of about 2 million, yet the citizens of Nagaland have made significant contributions in the journey of India. We gave India its first ever Olympic football captain. We have given India tremendous bureaucrats, judicial luminaries, technocrats and contributors in India's journey. Our soldiers, army men and uniformed servicemen from Nagaland guard the international borders. Recipients of Ashok Chakra, Paramvir Chakra and numerous awards, including Arjuna Awards in sports, Naga people have contributed towards the journey of India. Even today, our athletes and sports persons are preparing to represent India at the Asian Games. Only recently you have seen sports persons from the Northeast make India's medal tally go up from the Northeast. We continue to contribute, and we would appreciate if the rest of the country also understands how we add to India's diversity, India's color and India's popularity amongst the global community. The Hornbill Festival, as I said, is a 10-day festival. But it is unique, it is different, and the scale is of a different level. 10 days, 6 districts, more than 300 events in dozens of venues. Just the music festival alone brings more than a dozen countries. 800 musicians, hundreds of performances, 10 nights, and more than 2,000 venues, and a social media footprint of more than 20 million, just last year alone. But the Hornbill Festival celebrates the cultural diversity of Nagaland, the Northeast, and of India. It brings together all tribes of the Nagas under a spirit of unity and oneness. But we also have state partners, country partners, and entire Northeast under the banner of the Northeast Zone Cultural Center celebrates the Hornbill Festival. We have participants from the rest of the country, and we have country partners from different continents. Last year we had countries like the United States, United Kingdom, Wales, Ireland, and from South America, from Europe, different countries coming and partnering with us. While we celebrate culture, heritage, food, textiles, entrepreneurship, we also use the platform to create connections, make collaborations, business roundtables, discussions on the creative economy, and cross-continental partnerships are forged during the Hornbill Festival. It is a festival that also exemplifies the energy, the ambition, and the creativity of Naga youth. While we do celebrations and festivities, it is also an economic powerhouse. The 10-day festival alone generates revenue of more than 200 crores for the local economy, creating more than 8,000 jobs in a 10-day period. The footprints and the takeaways of the Hornbill Festival continue for many long years. Every year we have new country partners. Under the vision of the Chief Minister Dr. Neiphiu Rio, the Hornbill Festival is today one of India's biggest cultural celebrations and one of the biggest tourism events in the entire ASEAN region. Nagaland is today emerging as a gateway to the ASEAN countries. Across the border, 10 ASEAN countries with 700 million people is now the gateway under the leadership and the vision of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Prime Minister Modi has said that India will not develop if the Northeast is not developed. We want the press community of India, the press community of Delhi to come, participate with us, understand the far corners of the country and contribute towards national integration and national unity. Our youth, our youngsters, they're energetic, they're innovative, they have the energy and they need the opportunities and the gateways. And I'm sure with participation from you, with support from you, as a collective country, they can make much more contributions in India's nation building process. As I reiterate, Madam, please bring a team of press fraternity to Nagaland. Our department, our government will facilitate, and we look forward to your participation and collaboration. And having said earlier, we also look forward to work closely with the Press Club of India and the Press Fraternity of Delhi so that we can have ideas, workshops, seminars, exchanges, and share knowledge. It's always a two-way traffic for us to learn from each other. With that, I give my opening remarks, and as we proceed in the evening, later we are most welcome to take any questions or queries from all of you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Kupnali.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very inspiring words. And now I give the time to Mr. Takuto-san, the Managing Director of Casio, to share a few words with us. Please, sir.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Kimura from Casio, India. And first of all, on behalf of Casio India, thank you very much for inviting us in such a wonderful moment. And I'm really proud to be here. And actually, I went to Nagaland this March, and we had the opportunity to talk with him. And I'm really impressed the Nagaland, the beauty, the nature, local culture, local food. All I still have in my mind as a strong memory. So I'm really exciting to be collaborate with Hongbyo this time. So the Hongbyo is really aligned with our product philosophy. We have the important two products. The first, the music instrument. So our philosophy is the joy of music for all. So under this slogan, we have been supporting the music education in India through lots of activities like supporting the student battle bands event, also the teachers training and student learning to play the keyboard. So however, the Hongbyo, this commitment is taking much beyond, more than that. So through the ticket to Hongbyo, we have an opportunity to support emerging artists, not beyond the learning, to create, perform onto the most celebrated music platform, Nagaland. And also that we have the G-Shock. Because the music is the powerful expression of the creativity and individuality and resilience. So the music, the G-Shock philosophy is absolute toughness. This is really also aligned with Hongbyo is really aligned with our product philosophy of the G-Shock. So we promise to utmost support and collaborate the Hongbyo by our musical instrument and also the G-Shock. Thank you so much.
If there are one or two questions that you would like to ask, I would like to open the time now to our Press Fraternity of India.
I am asking question from Nagaland Tourism Minister. सर आपका हिंदी बहुत अच्छा है, पहले भी हमने सुना है आपको, हिंदी बहुत अच्छी बोलते हैं आप, और अभी भी आपने बोला। सर जो शोकेस आप 16 तारीख को करेंगे, एक हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी का विज़न है विकसित भारत 2047। उस विकसित भारत के लिए भी कुछ होगा जो आप शोकेस करेंगे 16 अक्टूबर को दिल्ली में? विकसित भारत का ही तो ये कार्यक्रम है। नागालैंड का संस्कार, संस्कृति और जितने भी कार्यक्रम होता है बहुत बार अपना प्रदेश में होता है, मगर इस बार दिल्ली राजधानी में हम लोग नागा समाज का सब कुछ खोल के 2 दिन का कार्यक्रम यहाँ 16 और 17 को अक्टूबर में लेके आ रहा हूँ। इसको प्रधानमंत्री जी के दूरदर्शिता बोले तो यही तो ठीक है, क्योंकि डबल इंजन ट्रेन जो है, एक प्रधानमंत्री जी का यहाँ नरेंद्र मोदी जी का, दूसरी तरफ में वहाँ गठबंधन का सरकार जो डॉक्टर नेफ्यू जी है मुख्यमंत्री, उन दोनों की दूरदर्शिता को लेके ही तो ये कार्यक्रम पूरा होगा। तो इसलिए आप सबों को निमंत्रण है। नागालैंड इज ए कोलैबोरेशन ऑफ ऑल द ड्रीम्स दैट यू वांट टू सी यूनिकली in the country of India. Music is part and parcel of Naga culture and tradition. Sports, I am the only fat one sitting here, and I may also be good in something, but I am sure Naga's athletic physique is in tune to do good for the nation.
Well, here,
The Hornbill Festival is not a myth, it is a reality. 26 years have gone by when it started from little to today, where Hornbill Festival is known internationally. So, the ticket to Hornbill Festival is a prelude to see what best could be done with the efforts of all of us together. The musicians from all over the country will be participating the best, and the showcasing of culture and tradition here at the capital city in a bigger, much bigger manner, bigger than the size of the state, with the vision of the state and its people comes to Delhi, the capital city of our nation. So I think everyone will rush for it with all of your help.
So, my name is Anvesha, I'm from Outlook Traveler. My first question is, what are the biggest gaps that you're trying to fix for Hornbill 2026, be it in terms of tourist infrastructure, connectivity or hospitality services?
This story for tourism in Nagaland does not end today or in the near future. Gaps are there, and the government of the day, under the leadership of Dr. Nefurio, and also I'm being very honest with the leadership of Shri Narendra Modi ji, the gaps are slowly but steadily and with commitment being filled. There are a lot of gaps and it will continue to have, but still the government has the right trajectory, the people are the right people, and so we will make sure that Nagaland is a destination for the travelers of the whole world.
What are the sustainability practices that you're doing for this year's Hornbill Festival?
The Hornbill Festival is also a green festival. If you remember last year, Prime Minister had tweeted appreciating the green initiatives of the Hornbill Festival, and he said that other festivals in the country should take this example forward. For example, we have a sustainable fund to which tourists contribute. The waste management of the entire Hornbill Festival is handled in a green way. It's a plastic-free zone, and there are several other initiatives under partnership with even UNPO and the Ministry of Renewable Energy. We have a number of green initiatives. But as I said, to just sum it up, it's a green festival. The other thing I would like to elaborate about, you talking about the gaps. Nagaland tourism and a visit to Nagaland is not what you would have in a normal destination. Nagaland is not known for tourist resorts or luxury tourism. We focus on experiential tourism. We focus on homestays, village getaways, adventure sports, hikes, ecotourism, understanding tribal life. So the experience that you get in Nagaland will be completely different from other types of tourism that you have. And I'm sure once you get there, you will understand better. But Nagaland focuses on experiential tourism, so that people come not just have a good time, but also make friends. And our local stakeholders homestays, local communities also make friends when international tourists comes. So it's a two-way traffic that we focus on. Our focus is not on luxury, and yes, we have a lot of gaps in infrastructure. Connectivity is a challenge, infrastructure is a challenge. We don't have enough beds to accommodate the number of tourists that want to come in. I'll be very frank with you, if you want to make a booking for Hornbill Festival today, I doubt you will get a hotel room or a taxi because we have limited infrastructure, our inventory is limited, but it is a festival that also is attracting international tourists, Europeans, Americans, high-end tourists. Every year we are trying to increase our inventory. We do add a few hundred or thousand beds every year, but it is very limited and getting in is very tough.
सर मेरा एक प्रश्न है, मणिपुर का हाल बहुत बुरा है और नागालैंड भी कहीं मणिपुर की तरह तो नहीं होगा, ये आप गारंटी देते हैं?
मैडम, सोचने के लिए तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, मगर हुआ नहीं है। और नागालैंड के लोग शांति और अमन चाहते हैं, इसलिए आज रफ्तार की दौड़ विकसितता की तरफ है, पर्यटन की तरफ है, और वो दौड़ दिल्ली तक आया है। जो होगा जो नहीं होगा वो भगवान के ऊपर है और लोगों के ऊपर।
मणिपुर भी ऐसे ही था, बड़ा साफ सुथरा, बहुत अच्छा था, इतने नफरत नहीं बढ़ी थी। और आज मणिपुर का क्या हाल है? सब
राज्य के लोगों को हम लोग प्यार करना चाहिए और उनको थोड़ा बहुत सिखाना पड़ेगा आने वाला समय।
Okay, to our esteemed press fraternity, we have time for two more questions. It's a warm day, so we have some water, some beverages after this.
What does the government expect in terms of economic scenarios from this festival, of course?
The Hornbill Festival, as I said, started off as a cultural festival, a celebration of heritage, but today it is much more than that. We have a lot of economic activities. We have business roundtables with country partners. We have creative economy workshops. We have collaborative and partnership generating seminars. So that is one. But the Hornbill Festival, as I said, has more than 300 events. There is a handicraft and handloom bazaar. There is a marketplace. There is food festival. There is art show, film festival, literary meet, music festival, and each of these events are contributing to the ecosystem. The economics of the festival, as I said, is about 200 crores, and that is just in the organized sector. You and I know that there is so much of business in the unorganized sector. Over and above that, the investment of the state government in the Hornbill Festival. A lot of people think that we make huge investments in the Hornbill Festival, but event management is hardly about 4 to 5 crores, and that generates about 200 plus crores. Infrastructure is a different thing, but employment is generated through entrepreneurs. Business is generated through entrepreneurs, and most of the entrepreneur activities, the cultural events, the music events, the art events are outsourced to event management groups and young entrepreneurs. It is a model of public-private partnership, and we are hopeful that this economy will continue to grow.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, sir. You are organizing a very prestigious festival. My question is very simple. What about the appointment of ambassador? And is there any celebrity to which you are calling in Delhi or in Nagaland? Because they are a crowd catcher. So if their presence is there, so you get a more mileage out of it. Do you have any such program? Thank you, sir.
The Hornbill Festival in the past years has been inaugurated by Prime Ministers, every President of India, and a number of celebrities come. But the manner we conduct and publicize the Hornbill Festival is again very different from other festivals. We do not pay money or public funds to brand ambassadors. We do not spend money on advertising. You will not see advertisements of the Hornbill Festival in an NDTV or Times of India or Hindustan Times. We depend on word of mouth. We depend on the experiences of the tourists, and we depend on the friends that we make to publicize the Hornbill Festival. Even then, as I said, we have a very limited inventory. Even if we give advertisements and use influencers and celebrities, our intake capacity is limited. Every year we are to the brim. So our way of promoting Hornbill Festival is through the stakeholders and through the public. not by spending public money on celebrities and influencers.
आर्टिकल 371 लागू है, वो हमारी संस्कृति, हमारे लोगों की सोच विचार को बचा के रखने के लिए। हम बहुत छोटे लोग हैं। नागालैंड प्रदेश में 20 लाख से ज़्यादा आबादी नहीं है। हमारी जो संस्कार और संस्कृति है वो हमारी मूल ताकत है। अगर सब कुछ बहुत आसान हो जाए हमारे नागा लोगों के लिए, तो हम लोग इतना विशाल और बड़ा देश में हम लोग खो जाएंगे। भारत सरकार और भारत के लोगों को बहुत बहुत शुक्रगुजार होता हूँ कि वो लोग इन चीज़ों को समझ के आर्टिकल 371 को रखा है। वहाँ आने के लिए कोई इतना मुश्किल नहीं है। संस्कार और संस्कृति सीखने के लिए और जानने के लिए, वहाँ के वातावरण को महसूस करने के लिए कोई मुश्किल नहीं है। इनर लाइन परमिट लेना कोई मुश्किल नहीं होता है। हम लोग अगर गैस सिलेंडर का कागज़ को लेने के लिए अगर 2-3 हफ्ता रुकते हैं तो इनर लाइन परमिट अप्लाई करना एक ही दिन में हो जाता है। मेहरबानी करके इन चीज़ों को बाधा ना समझें। इन चीज़ों को एक अलग सा एक भव्य संस्कार और संस्कृति को समझने के लिए, नागा जातियों को समझने के लिए आप लोगों का बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन की तरह से समझ के आइए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। टिकट टू हॉर्नबिल फेस्टिवल। हॉर्नबिल फेस्टिवल नागालैंड से पहले यहाँ अक्टूबर के महीने में 16 और 17 को रख रहे हैं, तलकटोरा स्टेडियम में रख रहे हैं। ये एक भव्य कार्यक्रम है और हम लोग बहुत बार प्रदेश में लोगों को, सब लोगों को निमंत्रण करते हैं, मगर बहुत लोग नहीं आ सकते हैं। तो हम लोगों ने, नागालैंड के सरकार ने इन चीज़ों को रखते हुए दिल्ली राजधानी में एक हॉर्नबिल फेस्टिवल का जो अनुभव है, उन चीज़ों को यहाँ भव्य तरीक़ा से लाने का सोच विचार करके कर रहा है। जिस तरह हम लोग नागा समाज में गीत संगीत या हमारी परंपरा और हमारी संस्कार के साथ जुड़ा हुआ है, उसी तरह भारत देश की जितने भी विभिन्न राज्य हैं, उनमें से जो कलाकार हैं, म्यूजिशियंस जो हैं, उनको भी एक मौका दिया जाता है कि वो यहाँ विजेता प्राप्त हो और यहाँ से हॉर्नबिल फेस्टिवल में उनको अपने प्रदर्शन दिखाने का मौका हो।
सर, हॉर्नबिल फेस्टिवल नागालैंड का एक बहुत प्राइज पोजीशन है, बहुत हाई प्रोफाइल पोजीशन है। इससे आप पूरे देश में नागालैंड का जो और सारे जो एस्पेक्ट्स हैं उसको भी आप प्रमोट करते हैं। थोड़ा उसके बारे में बताएं, थोड़ा विस्तृत में बताएं।
विस्तृत में बताने के लिए अब इस समय बहुत छोटा है। हॉर्नबिल फेस्टिवल, जैसे हमारे साथियों ने कहा है कि ये एक सिर्फ संस्कृति का एक कार्यक्रम की तरह शुरू हुआ था, मगर आज वो एक मुख्य धारा नागालैंड को पहचानने के लिए और नागालैंड के लोगों के लिए, युवाओं के लिए, और जो आने वाले समय में नागालैंड को भी विकसित भारत का एक सफ़र में ले जाने का जो सोच विचार है, उसमें तालमेल पूरा बैठा लिया है।